What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? Guys, today I'm gonna go into my hive for another inspection. It's been a couple of weeks. The last time I went in there, it was looking kind of weak, and I'm a new beekeeper, so I have to fight myself to not go in the hive too often. But I do want to know what I should be expecting, this time of year, and I want to know every month what I should be expecting. So I think it's important for me to go in and see what they're doing. I don't know when it's a good time. I don't know when the pollen is good. I don't know when stuff start blooming and they start getting served. I don't know any of that. So in order for me to know that, I'm gonna have to go and check pretty regularly. It's different everywhere, but I need to know what's going on where I am. So we're gonna go in there and we're gonna see how they're doing. Hopefully they got a little more brood. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and give them some pollen. They already got some syrup, and hopefully it's doing what it needs to do. So let's check them out. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the hive. One of the things I did notice already is a couple of my bees returning with pollen on their legs. Okay, I don't see a large amount of bees at this moment, and there's absolutely none on the top. Now, one thing I was told is maybe I should have reduced this down to one box. Because of the size of the hive, it's just not many bees. It started off with a good number of bees, and right off the rip, it still don't look like there's a lot. But we're gonna check out a couple of them and see what we can see. Okay, we got some nectar in a partially, cap frame. It looks like a lot of these frames are capped. It is a extremely warm day today. It feels to be in the mid 80s. I could be wrong, but it does feel pretty warm out here. So we got some cap on that side, so we got some resources. If you remember the last time I checked, I did check a board, some frames, because they were not drawn out, and this is one of them, and they haven't done much of anything to it. So we're not going to check them all. This is an extremely heavy frame, so it is full. With nectar. Some of it is capped. And just looking down there, the rest of them, other than the ones that was not filled out before, is capped. So You can see they have started to draw this one out. So we do have some whites on this one. So they are doing a little bit of work on some of the ones that was not done. This one is another one that was not done. Let's check it out. And it is slightly drawn. So, I mean, that's good news. They're actually doing something to some of the ones that had nothing done to. So, but let's get down here and see what these things look like. I don't know whether or not we're getting any brood. Our weather is so up and down here lately. Take this top box off. And as you can see, I mean, wow. Okay, you know, it has picked up in the amount of bees that's in the box. I don't know if that's coming out or you can see that, but it is it's looking a lot better. So guys, as you can see, the pollen patty that I put on there a couple weeks ago, while it looked like they're consuming it a little bit, it is, I mean, I didn't put much up there and it's still there. I would have assumed that they would have already have consumed that and it'll be time for some more. But that is not the case. So we're gonna get into them and we're gonna see if our queen is putting in her work. So this frame is absolutely nothing going on here. So how about let's keep that out for just a minute. Alright guys, so we do have a frame of pollen here. Me and these hive beetles are not friends, so I can't but try to destroy them anytime I get a chance. Got down there. I'm just hoping that I can see some more brood.
Some more brood at least.
Yeah. It looks like we got a little bit of more bees than we had last time. We do have a little bit of brood on this one. Not much.
So for a chicken coop, I'd say check Tractor Supply. That's about the only place that we know as far as chicken coops. If you can't build your own, we would first suggest build your own because it's a great journey in building your own chicken coop and you get exactly what you want. Chicken coops for sale are expensive and smaller, but everybody can't build. Real honey in the house. Yes, real honey. So he is inspecting his beehive, and he got a couple more to go. I mean, well, coming soon. So, and the bees, and I was just showing how calm the bees can be. I have no suit on. I am keeping my distance a little bit, but I can get pretty close, and they don't bother me. His bees love him. They ain't thinking about me. But I used to be afraid of them, and I would stand way back and watch. But now I can walk right up on them and see what they doing.
So we still not getting a lot of brood.
Still not a lot of brood.
So guys, all I'm seeing is capped honey. We got plenty of pollen. But we have very little, if any, brood. We do have some, it's just not enough. So it may have something to do with the weather. This frame is completely empty. So I'm thinking I need to go ahead and look at making this a one box, because there's not a lot going on at all. So I hate to give them more things to protect than they have to. So we can go ahead and maybe remove a few of these frames. I hate to replace them with smaller frames, but all I have is medium super frames, and they do have resources in them. So I want them to have the resources, but don't really want them to have 2 boxes. So for now, because this is my only hive, I'm gonna go ahead and put some medium frames in this super box and make it a 1 box. And this was a suggestion that Terry from Guardian Bees gave me when he saw me do my last inspection. And I'm so grateful that he is willing to help me out with some hands-on experience in beekeeping. So I will, from time to time, be going to his property, and we're gonna be working some bees together. It will speed up my ability to learn what I'm doing a lot quicker. So I am excited about that. All right, fam. So what I decided to do was go ahead and eliminate the medium super, because I do not have enough bees to justify having it up there. The problem I had was there were resources in the medium super. So only thing I could think to do was go ahead and put the medium supers inside, the medium frames inside the super box. So that may or may not cause an issue. But there's a lot of resources here, and I do not want to take them away from them, especially at this time of year. They're not doing much with the pollen that I'm giving them. They do have pollen of different colors in the box, but I only have a partial frame of brood, and that's not going to help the colony grow. And the pollen patty is not really doing any justice to it. I don't know whether or not it is the time of year or my queen is just not producing correctly. I do not see any swarm cells of any sort, so they're not trying to replace her or anything. So if y'all have any ideas on how I can remedy this, how I can actually get them to start producing more brood other than the pollen patty and the syrup, I'm already doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back up here, even though it don't look like they are doing much with it. I don't think it can hurt. Our pollen levels are pretty high in this part of Georgia. I don't know if they are high at this particular point, because there was really no need for me to actually find that out before. But now it's something I need to pay attention to. So I'm going to put my box back together with just one box. My thoughts is to go ahead and take the frames that I took off and the box that I took off and stick it in the freezer. I did not notice any issues with too many hive beetles or anything else of that sort. So I guess just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in the freezer and possibly use them at a later date. It's that learning process. It's exciting, but yet at the same time, I'm worried because I only have one hive, and everybody says that is not a good idea. If I had another hive, I probably could fix this hive with another hive, but that is not the case. I got it later in the year, and I'm not going to be able to get another one probably until March or April. So I'm hoping that this one holds on so I can actually grow it and add it to the bees that I'm got coming. So it is a lot, guys. You know, as y'all can see, I'm wearing my new apparel. It's probably not going to look pretty very long. Guardian bees. It feels really good. You know, I really do like the fact that I am hot natured. This is my first time checking my hive with this particular veil. So, you know, the good thing about it is I can do this. So one of the great things about having this thing to be able to open up is being able to do this. You know, I wouldn't suggest nobody open this up this close to a hive unless you got gentle bees like I have. I haven't been stung yet. Don't mean I won't be. I must say, these bees that I got from Jared from the Beehive Homestead is amazingly calm. But I can't say whether or not my queen is doing what she's supposed to be doing or not based off of the amount of brood, but it could. So guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by and checking me out on this little mini inspection. If you have any ideas for me, you have any suggestions for me, hey, I'm here to learn, you know. Terry from Guardian Bees, he did suggest that I go ahead and break this down to one box, and I did it. It makes sense, you know, after he explained it to me. My only concern now is what to do with the frames that I removed from the hive and the box. You know, it's not much of anything in them. It's some syrup, not very much. I took the biggest frames of syrup and put them back into the hive, so they will be able to use them. So I'm assuming I need to go ahead and put them in the freezer. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do though. In case they have any problems, it'll go ahead and remedy them. All right, guys. So till the next time.